What's going on? What a weekend. What a weekend of DFS that was. Golf, NFL, college football, awesome weekend. Loved it. Had a blast. Had a little bit of success. It was fun. And I know what you're saying. This Monday Night Football game's gross. You look at me and you look at me now. If Zach Wilson can play okay, anybody can play okay. I don't want to hear your shit. This game's going to be fine. And honestly, gross games are kind of more fun on Showdown. If you want my honest opinion, new guy. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate 75. I'm a DFS content creator who is here to help you get a little bit better at DFS. If you don't know this shit be tough and you're doing so many things wrong, you have no idea. I'm not going to do it with my picks and plays and all that silly nonsense. I'm going to help you with another P word called process. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I encourage you to hang around for about the next 25 minutes. And yes, I mean exactly 25 minutes because I got a fucking golf scramble at 1 o'clock here in the Lord's time zone and the big guy's got to get to the golf course. If you find you really like the cut of my jib, you check out that schedule right there. I do this show every Monday and Thursday for the Showdown games at noon in the Lord's time zone. I do for the Sunday main slate, I do a Saturday night stream. And yes, I still do PGA and college football for you real fucking sweaty tryhards. And don't forget, every Tuesday, me and my dude Tambo do a first look show. This week it is on my channel, so tomorrow at noon, be there live. Me and Tambo will be breaking down the slate. I'm saying some people are calling it the greatest show around. That's what some people are saying, all right? I didn't say that. That's what some people are saying. Be there, 12, in the Lord's time zone. If you don't know about the Lord's time zone, then what the hell are you doing with your life? Also, you need to know this about the big guy. I'm not a poor, and I'm sponsoring a giveaway today. You want to build tickets with me tonight for the main contest? Well, just simply ask up to 2 questions in the chat. More than 2, I'll boot your ass. And if you do that, at the end we will draw. For every 75 likes, I will do another one. I see we're already to 35 likes, 37 likes. So we're already halfway to the first drawing. Keep smashing that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every single one of you. If you can't be here live, well, I'm sorry. Okay, that's what you get for having a job that doesn't have lunch in the Lord's time zone. Okay, just put me on down in the corner on your phone. Don't worry. I used to have a regular job too before I became a YouTube slapdick. All right, let's talk about contest selection. As always, contest selection is this. You're going to go, I'm going to win me $1 million tonight. No, you're not. No, you're not. 3 people should play in the Millionaire Maker. People entering $150. People who are the guy who puts their $20 lineup in on the shitter and then bitches about never winning, and fucking idiots. Those are the 3 kinds of people that should play in this. I hope you're none of those 3. I hope you're none of those 3. Well, I mean, if you're a 150 maxer, good for you, but I hope you're winning, bruh. I'm telling you, for Showdown, I've really fallen in love with this idea. Play in contests that don't have more than 5,000 people in them, preferably like 1,000 or 2,000 people. And as far as how many lineups should you play, well, it's simple. Go build your narrative, build your script, and then decide how many like different iterations. If you have a 12-person player pool, you could probably get away with just building 5 to 10 lineups, and that will be enough to cover your bases. But if you have like 14 guys you want to mix and match into your pool tonight, you probably should play like a 20 max, right? So really think about it. And if you only have like 8 guys, play a single entry or a 3 max, and then just mix and match those 8 guys. So let your player pool dictate what kind of contest you play in. And it doesn't matter if like, oh, but if I'm only going to play 3 lineups, I got to play in the lotteries. No, you fucking don't. What are you talking about? There's plenty of good contests that are not ginormous for the 3 maxes, right? There's a $15 single entry right there with 3,900 people in it, right? $50 single entry with 1,100 people in it, right? There's all kinds of good contests down here. $100 single entry with only 277 people in it. You would be amazed how much more you enjoy DFS when you realize you don't have to have the stone cold nuts to still have a good sweat, where a really good lineup can still win you something. So I'm telling you, try it out. And as always, the best thing about these smaller contests is they almost always have a flatter payout structure because they're appealing to different kinds of people. They're not appealing to the dumbass that wants to dream about winning $1 million. They're appealing to people who want to have a sustainable bankroll and be able to play DFS for a long time in a fun way and still have a chance to win some good prizes. And to me, that's what it's all about. If you don't agree with it, well, then go fucking blow your money on the Millionaire Maker. Just don't at me when you're fucking broke in November, dickhead. All right. Let's get to the slate. This is the Rosetta Stone. Yes, this is the YouTube Rosetta Stone. This is what the poors get. You will deal with it, you poors. You want the one that looks like this, that's all colored up with projections and ownership and leverage and everything? Well, we'll talk more about that later. All right, you will take the free one and you will like it. We're back to the 1-game slates, right? We are no longer on the 2-game Monday night slate, which I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of appreciate, right? I like 2-game slates, but I think we do need our Showdown slates, and we need Showdown slates with really good contests. And when you have single standalone games on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, I think that that's fun. It's a different kind of game, right? And this is the Showdown Hoedown, so we better appreciate different types of games. Am I right? All right, let's talk about it. I think we would be remiss if we did not start by talking about injuries. Saquon is doubtful. And let me just go ahead and tell you something, guys. Let me just ask you, have you ever seen somebody doubtful play? There's like zero fucking chance Barkley's playing tonight. He will be out. I'll lay you 10-1 on it. You want to take that bet, dude? So, with Saquon out, he's not officially out, but he's going to be out, right? So with that news, that kind of changes a lot, right? Because now old Matthew Burrito, delicious. You might want to. I purchased him at Taco Bell yesterday for lunch. Very sad. He now obviously goes up a lot in value, right? And at $6,400, honestly, he's underpriced for a guy who's going to be leading the backfield. And I think the first thing we need to know is we've already seen a week when Saquon was out, so we already have a pretty good idea of what the Giants are going to do with that backfield. And when he was out, Burrito got 82% of the snap share, and Brightwell didn't get that much play. He only got 18% of the snaps, right? So I think it's pretty clear that Burrito is going to be leading that backfield tonight, right? And significantly. However, that doesn't mean that I think that you should completely exclude Brightwell from your player pool, because Brightwell did get 3 targets, which was the same number that Burrito got. And whenever you're getting those targets out of the backfield, those are super, super valuable points for running backs, right? You would rather have 3 targets than probably something in the order of like 8 carries, right? So those are very, very valuable potential points. So I think that there's a lot of value there, but I think that people are going to know that, and Burrito is going to be particularly popular tonight. Particularly popular. Don't forget to smash that like. We're almost to 75 likes over there. All right, getting to the game in general, you can see we actually have a pretty decent total here. What is that, 44, 45.5? That's not a bad total. That's slightly above the NFL average. Both of these teams are not particularly great at defense, and they're, Seattle's a slightly above average pace team. The Giants are a pretty slow team. I think you'll probably see them be even slower with Barkley out unless they get behind. That will, of course, increase the pace. So let's just start. We'll go through Seattle. We'll go through the Giants. I'll give you some different things to stack. I'll answer your questions. We'll get the fuck out of here, all right? With Seattle, once again, their offensive line is always an issue, but it hasn't really seemed to impact their fantasy scoring. Geno Smith has seemed to be trending in the right direction. I will say this. If I'm playing Geno Smith, I'm almost certainly stacking him with 2 pass catchers, and here's the reason why. Geno Smith offers like no rushing upside, right? Like no rushing upside. And so when he offers no rushing upside, he is going to get most of his points through the air. You're going to assume something in the order. You can see we have him projected for 286 yards up there. So if he's going to get 286 yards, that will almost certainly get 2 pass catchers across the finish line with him. And honestly, you could probably even get away with 3 pass catchers if you wanted to mix in a punt like Disley or Parkinson. What an unfortunate last name. Or Bobo. All right. So that's the first thing I have on Geno. If I'm playing Geno, I'm probably playing him in a lineup where I think that Seattle gets a lot of points tonight, a 27, 28 point total, something like that. And he will almost certainly carry 2 pass catchers across the finish line. Kenneth Walker III is definitely the lead back for this backfield coming off the monster week last week. I think he's very interesting. If you think that Seattle's going to get ahead in this game and control the line of scrimmage, then I don't know. I don't see how you could possibly not play Kenneth Walker, because he would then be in line for almost certainly an 18 carry, 3 target type of game, right? So if your narrative is that Seattle is going to get ahead and control this game, I honestly don't see how you fade Kenneth Walker. Honest to God. Maybe you don't put him in the captain spot, but to not have him in the flex doesn't make a lot of sense. If you think they're going to be behind, I think Charbonnet at 3,400 is not that bad. It seems like he has some explosive play nature to him. He is getting slightly more third down work. But if they're going to be ahead, they just clearly seem to like to lean on Kenneth Walker to lead that backfield. So I think Charbonnet only fits very, very specific types of builds, right? At wide receiver, DK Metcalf at 8,800 is the most fucking laughable thing I've ever seen. Clearly, the interns did the pricing on this. DK Metcalf, if you think Seattle is going to score a lot of points tonight, once again, a very hard guy to fade, because how does he not pay off $8,800? But we're not super geniuses, and the only ones that can see that DK Metcalf is overpriced. And so when he's overpriced, what is going to happen? He is going to be mega owned. And I will always tell you this. Anytime at Showdown that there's a guy who's going to be 70% or plus, there is always a path to fading them, especially when they're a wide receiver, because wide receivers are the one position that is completely dependent on somebody else for their success, right? DK Metcalf can only have a good game if Geno Smith fucking throws him the ball and throws him good passes, right? So there is always a path to fading DK Metcalf, right? And I think Tyler Lockett only being $800 cheaper is going to be dramatically lower owned than DK Metcalf. And yes, I agree, he does not have the upside of Metcalf, but he certainly is in the ballpark of ranges to outscore Metcalf, right? So maybe that's the big pivot you can make there. I still believe in old JSN, Jackson Smith and the Jigba, the rookie out of Ohio State. He has not been as involved as I want, only 4.3 targets, but more than that, he does not have a great ADOT on those targets. And really, the only other wide receiver that sees the field for him is old Jake Bobo from UCLA. Wow, I just realized they got 2 UCLA rookies. Not the school you want to have rookies from. He's out there 25% of the time. That ain't nothing. To me, I think the place to really always get cute with Seattle is with their tight ends. Will Dissly just always catches like that random 40-yard touchdown for no reason, some busted coverage. Parkinson could get a goal line target. And the guy's a good athlete. He just sucks as an NFL player. I don't know why. If you think Seattle's going to be ahead, I think that their defense and kicker makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure you've heard by now, Seattle has never lost in this stadium. Ever. They're undefeated in MetLife Stadium. Moving over to the Giants, I think Daniel Jones at 9,600. If you think that this game is going to be 28-24, you give me a way in which Daniel Jones would not be in the optimal lineup, right? I think the only way Daniel Jones isn't a good play tonight is if the Giants maybe get ahead and are running the ball, and then probably even in that script, he's probably still good. In a shootout, he's good. So really, basically, only Seattle beating the brakes off of him, or this game is a true slog, is one of the few narratives I could see Daniel Jones not getting there. I've already told you Burrito is dramatically underpriced for the role that he is insured tonight. And I think that the real play tonight is trying to nail these New York Giant wide receivers. Right? It's fucking roulette. We don't know. You can see they're all getting snaps. Yes, Campbell, Hodgins, and Slayton are definitely getting more, but it's only getting murkier and murkier with Robinson there and then the rookie Jalen Hyatt. So trying to nail the proper receiver from the Giants, I think, is the play tonight. Who is it going to be? I don't fucking know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you because I don't do picks and plays because that's for the losers. I do assume the one safe receiver they have is Darren Waller, but I'm telling you, Darren Waller's not as good as he used to be. Yes, he is $7,000, which I think is a very appropriate price tag. He is on the field 75% of the plays, and he is getting 6 targets a game, which are all nice. But he's just not the same Darren Waller he was 2 or 3 years ago, right? He has noticeably declined in his talent. So that's the only thing I would say about that. But just for a single game, if he's going to get 7 targets, he could still get there. But I think he's going to be popular because people perceive him as the number 1 wide receiver for the Giants. And to me, if I'm not convinced that that's the case, right? I mean, yes, overall he is, but on a given slate, that is not necessarily the case. There's definitely a chance that Slayton, Hodgins, Campbell, any one of those guys could outpace him tonight in targets and in fantasy points, and they will be dramatically lower owned. Just something to consider. Lastly, the Giants, I always prefer kickers and defenses more at home than I do on the road, so Gano and the Giants defense are both in play for me. I'm not opposed to them, right? So there you go. That is a quick breakdown of the slate. I will answer your questions, Alan, but before we do, let's get to the drawing. Hey, we're at 75 likes. Editor, we're going to do a drawing in just a minute. Hey, come check out my site, dgen75.com. September was fucking wild. The most YouTube subscribers I've ever had, the most watch hours I've ever had, the most signups we've ever had on the website. Absolutely incredible month. Just all kinds of winners, because we don't celebrate my wins around here. We actually celebrate our members' wins, because it's not about me. It's about helping you guys become more successful players, sustainable players, until you can hit one of these monsters. And oh yeah, I have the best price out, or the best tool out there called the Rosetta Stone, which takes all the relevant information you need to know. I take all of my projections, I load them into the solver for you guys, all my ownership and everything. And oh yeah, I do it all without price gouging you. All right. You want to know something? Because we had such a big month, we're doing a gift pack. Promo code new guy. You like that, new guy? Come try it out, right? So if you do that, that will give you 10% off your first month on all of our monthly and weekly packages. I'm telling you, the reason we do this is, A, to thank all of you for subscribing, liking, being here for all these streams. It's really helped the channel grow. I appreciate every single one of you. So we're doing this code new guy, right? And if you're like, well, how do I know I like it? I don't want to pay nothing, all right? I'll make you, all right, you fucking poor. I'll make a deal with you. Go sign up for my newsletter. Let the editor know that you've signed up. Just simply sign up, show him that you signed up. He will give you a free week on the website, and then after that, then you go use the new guy code, and you'll still get your 10% off. So then you can make sure you like it, then get a discount, right? Code new guy, all caps, new guy. All right, let's get to that drawing. Editor, draw me a name from the hopper over here, and let's see who is going to get it. If we get to 125 likes, I will do another one. If we get to 125 likes by 12:25, because 12:25, the big guy's got to run. He's got to run. All right, while he's drawing that, let me go ahead and tell you, after this stream is over, if you feel like I've kind of screwed you on how much information I give you today, well, I'll tell you what, my boy Tambo won't screw you. Tambo and Hoop and Tidal will all be doing their stream today at the top of the hour, 1 o'clock in the Lord's time zone. So go check them out. And also, of course, check me and Tambo out tomorrow as we do. Get the fuck out of here. As we do our show together, okay? So there you go. We're having some fan issues over here. All right, the winner is DFS Res the Goat. There you go. You're the Res the Goat of, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so let's get to some questions, and then let's get the hell out of here because I got to go make birdies. Ooh, birdies. Ooh, go. I played the scrambles on the course I made my first eagle on last week. Am I bragging? I don't want to brag, but I'm bragging, okay? So you guys can still hit that like button. Give me to 125 likes. Gino on the road last year stunk, but this team is 5-0 in this building. I do tend to prefer Gino at home or in domes, and this one is neither. That's what I would say, but that's just a silly rule that I have, okay? Illini is picking the right game narrative is going to be huge tonight. Seahawks get through on the air or on the ground. I think it could be both, right? How do we know DK Metcalf doesn't catch 2 touchdowns in the first half, and then it's just Kenneth Walker running wild in the second half as they're just chewing up the clock, right? And he busts the long run, and then you needed Metcalf and you needed Walker, right? So I don't think it has to be one or the other. If you think that they're going to win this game in the order of something like 24-10, 28-10, I think that they both could get there. Love the weekly retrospective. I try to be very honest. I think if more people in this industry Go Collect were honest about their successes and failures and what they did right and what they did wrong, I think a lot of people would stop signing up for them because they would see that these guys don't win as much as you think they do. This is the opposite of a gross Monday Night Football, in my opinion. I mean, I like this slate just fine. I'll definitely be throwing some lineups in there, Joe. All right, Hyatt season, Mike. I mean, it's been trending that way, right? And if there's ever a team that I'm going to play a fucking random wide receiver from, it's going to be the Giants. So, yes, I could get down for some Hyatt season. Look, they gave draft capital for that guy. And honestly, physically speaking, I think he is the most talented wide receiver they have. Do you feel this is a good cash night? I really do, Brett. I would play some cash night, right? And guys that would definitely be in my cash night would probably be Jones, Burrito, and Metcalf, right? Whenever you get values like that, let other people make mistakes and not play those free squares, right? That's what I would say. Let's see. How did we miss CMC? I didn't miss shit. I had CMC all over my lineups. Go watch my retrospective, you motherfather. What's your favorite lineup structure tonight? I think that the majority of people are probably going to have 3-3 builds with a Seattle captain or 4-2 builds with a Seattle captain. So on games like this where I don't have strong convictions, when it's not the 49ers playing some slapdick team or something, I think almost all NFL teams, the difference is this, right? They're all basically the same team outside of 4 or 5 teams at the top, 4 or 5 teams at the bottom. And I think these teams are basically the same, so I would lean towards a 4 Giants build just to be a little bit different. What's up, Justin Sports? All right, Daniel Jones going to win this slate with his legs. I don't hate that narrative. I don't hate that narrative at all. Daniel Jones can run. That man can run. And usually just running for his life. Who is the Donkey Chocolate captain? Almost certainly it'll be Metcalf and Burrito will be the biggest Donkey Chalk, Ridley. Is Jones a good pick for a rushing touchdown? I don't know what you mean is likely. You can see we have him projected at a little over 50% to get a rushing touchdown tonight, right? So I guess we like that. Can you play Jones at captain without playing another Giant? Yes, you could. I think I would want to have him with one receiver, but if you want to run a naked Jones, I could see that getting there. Or maybe Burrito or something like that, but probably just one pass catcher would probably be my favorite one. 5 Seattle. What would you do? Seattle's defense, Seattle's kicker, Metcalf, Walker, Gino. I guess you could do that. He gets some points in garbage time. Seattle wins something like 31-14 or something, 31-10, 31-7. Who's your favorite pump play tonight? That's a good question. Anytime Seattle's on a slate, I'm always open to their fucking slapdick tight ends. Because every time, I'm telling you, every game I've ever played a Seattle in Showdown, some random tight end scores. It's usually Disley. Okay? And I don't mean to talk shit. I don't want to Disley him. All right, Bobo TD tonight. I mean, I ate Bobo's Mexican last night. I feel like that is a sign. What's the, by the way, keep hitting that like. Let's get over 125. What's the main thing you focus on for captain's spot? Is it the most projected? No, it really has to do with my script, right? Like if I think that Seattle's going to beat the brakes off him and control this game, well, then that really bumps up Kenneth Walker, right? He becomes a lot more valuable. If I think that the Giants are going to be competitive and Daniel Jones is going to carry this team, well, then he would almost certainly be my captain, right? So it really depends more on my narrative. Do kickers become more or less viable in close game shootouts? Well, and if the key word there is in close games, kickers usually have a lot of value. But in close game shootouts, like let's say this game is 28-24, 27-24, 28-27, something like that, a higher scoring NFL game, kickers become way less valuable because they often get outpaced by wide receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends, and of course running backs, right? What will be the chalk build tonight? Already talked about it. Is it going to be a Graham Gano kind of night? I mean, there is a chance that the Giants, they've not been wildly efficient in the red zone this year. So Gano could be getting 4 touchdowns, right? But if they're going to, 4 field goals, right? But if the Giants are going to be efficient in scoring touchdowns, I would say, should you play him? Gano. Let's see. Can Lockett catch a 50-yard pass tonight? Yes, he can. Lockett will be. I think Lockett could be sneaky tonight, right? I get that DK Metcalf is safer. He is a better play, but actually, he's a safer play. I don't know if he's a better play because I think Lockett will be dramatically lower owned simply because people will see that their price tags are so similar. What is your favorite tonight? The kickers or the defense? I always like defense over kickers just because they, a kicker never gets 20 points, but we see defenses get 20 points, probably about every 6th or 7th slate, right? So they do tend to have bigger upside. JSN, 6 catches for 14 yards tonight? I probably. He's going to do the Alvin Kamara. He's going to average 1.3 yards per catch. How low owned will the Giants onslaught be? Very, very low. A 5-1 Giants, I would guess would be at most 8% owned. When you aren't clear, when there aren't clear-cut receivers, what G-men does it make the kicker? Yeah, it does. Like maybe you just play that they all get 2 catches for 30 yards and none of them get there, and then the defense and the kicker can outpace wide receivers only getting 5 points, right? So that is viable. If you think they're going to spread the love evenly, then yeah, I don't mind that, Mr. Slovakia. Is playing Jones at captain with 3 pass catchers a shitty idea? Let me think about that. Kind of. I just really, because he spreads the ball so evenly, what is the chances that he is going to drag 3 pass catchers with him and what he does with his legs, right? You would almost certainly need 2 of those guys to get a touchdown and the other person to probably get something in the order of 6 catches for 70 yards. And I've just never really seen that from old Daniel Jones. Now, if one of those pass catchers is, like Jalen Hyatt, an absolute punt, or Bellinger, one of the tight ends, then maybe, right? But it's hard to be spending that much salary on 4 Giants and expecting him to spread the love. You need a very, very specific type of outcome. DJ / Waller chalk. Yeah, I think that those will be 2 very popular plays. Very okay fading them. Well, I don't know about DJ's. I assume you mean DK, all right? DK Metcalf. I don't know what the fuck you meant by DJ. Oh, surely you don't mean DJ Dallas. That guy will not be chalk. Do we need to dip down under 1K tonight? We do not. There's just really nobody super expensive on this slate, right? There's no $12,000 guys. All right, only got about 3 more minutes of questions, and I got to run. Does your contest selection change based on Classic versus Showdown contest? No, Nikki B. I do tend to still play single entries and 3 maxes. I encourage you to go watch my retrospective. I go over the contests I play over on the Discord and why I play them. And the only thing that changes is I tend to only play about 3 lineups at Showdown. I usually play between 20 to 25 at main slate on Sundays, right? Because there's just more variations of my lineup I need to build. Which Giants wide receiver slapdick are you riding with tonight? I don't know that I'm riding with any of them if you want to know the truth, but if you made me pick, I think I am probably going Slayton. I think he's probably their closest thing to a number 1 wide receiver. Let's see. Sheesh, big guy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. Do you follow betting trends and narratives at all? Building your, I don't, Nick, but I don't hate it. Daniel Jones 1-12 straight up, including 0-5 in primetime. Well, there you go. There's your narrative. That is a narrative until it's not. Hey, Steven, is Wandell the least sneaky of anyone? No, I think he's going to be pretty sneaky. Go check out the stone, Steven. I think we have him pretty low over there. Is Geno finally going to break the pocket more a couple times tonight? No. Everybody just thinks he's a runner. He's not. The guy is a pocket passer till the day he dies. Is it fair to feel the same way about Jones and his receivers like Mahomes and his wide receivers and maybe just fading all but playing the quarterback? Is it fair the same way? Yes. I think that, I'm telling you, Daniel Jones, Burrito, and Graham Gano could get there, right? That could be your 3 Giants and it could get there. I'm telling you, it could. It's very, I think it's more viable that none of his wide receivers get there than 2 or 3 of his receivers get there, right? I think I said 2 and I held up 3. I get a little murky over 1. My wife is wondering who's the guy in the back. Higamanu, I can't tell you that. Shut the fuck up. Okay, sorry. Hey, he's getting a little. He got so excited. Somebody asked about him. Sit down. Okay. Can Walker still have a big game with DK and Lockett also having a big game? I don't think all 3 of them can. I really don't. I'm okay AJ playing 2 of those. By the way, I don't recognize your name. Welcome, new guy. But I think one of them could. All right, we're going to do 2 more questions. How did you feel about overloading Seattle's tight ends? I don't know about overloading them, but I definitely like getting one of them, Christian. Jerry says, and at my game strip Seahawks crush with a 5-1 build, does it make sense to put yes, it does. Jones could get there in garbage time, could be running for his life, get 50 rushing yards, maybe run a touchdown in, get 250 passing yards. He ends up getting there, especially if Seattle, all their points are different people scoring every time. Late again. What do you think? I think that you should be on time. Will Daniel Jones win me a milli tonight? I don't hate it, Bob. I don't hate it. I don't call that kind of shit. Okay, guys. Is the stone already out? Editor, is the stone out? If not, get it the fuck out. It should have been out. I probably need to go double check it. It is 12:25, guys. I'm telling you, just go sign up using the code new guy. All right. I appreciate every single one of you liking, subscribing, telling friends. It's really helped the channel grow. We appreciate every single one of you. Sign up for my newsletter. Get a free week. I'm telling you, once you do, you'll be dying to want to stay. We have a full month coming up of PGA. We'll have stones for all the PGA. We'll have stones for all the NFL, Showdown, and week long. We have it for college football. Get in there. I'm telling you, we just do shit a little bit different. You don't know what you're missing until you try it out. And of course, at the top of the hour, go check out my dudes over at Ship It, Title, Hoop, and Tambo, all breaking down this Thursday night football slate. And of course, don't forget to be here at noon tomorrow as me and Tambo start looking at next week and getting those juices flowing. I knew I was on Anthony Richardson since the minute I talked to that guy last Tuesday. All right, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your Tuesday. I got to go make a lot of birdies, you motherfather. Enjoy this outro.